Hey everybody, it's Gail, and this is Errata-Hate episode 35, and I wanted to bring your attention to this book called Unexpected Afghans, and as always, I've grabbed it from the library, but I'm buying this one. I'm buying this one as soon as I can. I was just super impressed with it. Usually I pick them and I look through them, I'm like, yeah, these are fun, and I kind of get on a mental list, but this one just really popped out at me. So, first of all, the patterns are divided into different sections. So the first section is cables, to give you an idea of the kind of thing you'd be making there. And then the next section goes into motifs, which, if you've made an Afghan before, you've probably done granny squares or something similar. And so that's what this one is. It's a bunch of different motifs with some fun ways to join them. The one after that is color, which I think is great because it has some simpler stuff like this, which is going to be a series of blocks that you put together. Here's the chart for it. So you're just doing kind of larger blocks of smaller blocks. But then it also just has some really pretty interesting options like this one is called Desert Sunrise. So it's learning a lot about color work, which is always great. After that, you get into lace, which is not something I'm particularly good at and would like to get better at, and that is something I would like to wrap around me if I'm chilly. Like, that's just beautiful, especially the brown and the blue. I really like the colors there. And the very last section is Tunisian crochet, which is I'm bad at. I'm terrible at Tunisian. I've never been able to make anything that's laid flat before, but these are just really, like, you can see the beauty and the simplicity of the Tunisian in the pictures, and I think that's phenomenal, But maybe it'll get me to try Tunisian again, but I really think everything else in the book is definitely worth it. And one of the things I really like about this book is that at the beginning of every new section that you're learning, there is a pillow pattern that is using the technique that you're learning. So for lace, there's this pillow pattern. So they're all pillow covers. And I think this is a great way to try out a new technique and find out if it's going to work for you, because it's not a huge project, but it's more than just a swatch. And so you can really get a sense of how you're going to have to work with the technique that you're using. So I really like that you could actually go through and just like make a set of pillow covers and figure out what you liked best and work that part of the book first, basically. I love this one. I love this for the color work, that it's chevrons. I think that's really fun, and you get to practice some color change, which is always good. But yeah, I really like it. The patterns are well written, lots of charts, especially in the motif sections and the color sections. The schematics look really good. There's a schematic for the wave pillow, so you can see what you're doing. There is a schematic for the pillow in the cable section that's kind of impossible to read. And really, I think that's just because of the style that they're going for in the cables. I'm getting to it so I can show you what I mean. So, come on. There we go. So this is the pillow you're going to make, which I really like this texture on it. But then there's the pattern for the cables, and I honestly can't quite make heads or tails of it, but I can tell you, because I've got it right in front of me, the cable schematics on the other ones are much clearer. And, it's really just a matter of practice, as anything is in crochet. So I will link to this book down in the basement if it interests you as much as it interests me. And, I hope that you find something in it that you like and you want to make. So that is it for episode 35. As always, if you like what I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, share, and consider dropping $1 into the Patreon jar. That goes a long way. And if you support me on any level on Patreon, any patterns I make for any of my projects will be available to you for free through Patreon. And then there are some other levels that we're trying to get to, including being able to yarn review, possibly doing a live stream. So, check that out. That link's also in the basement to the Patreon. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.